It is currently 3:10 p.m. Central US time. I do not want to film a video right now. I'm going to keep it real with you guys. As much as I love doing YouTube and as much as I love filming videos and providing value for you guys, today is one of those days where, I've been trying to come up with all types of excuses as to why I should not film a video. These are the days that define your greatness. Okay, it's not on the days where you're motivated and you're juiced up and you're getting all the results, you're getting the views, you're getting the money. Those aren't the times that define your greatness, that define, your discipline. These are the times where you don't feel like getting out of bed in the morning, the times where you don't feel like putting in that extra bit of work that you need to put in to get to where you want to go in life. Okay, this right here is the reason why I am where I am. I've posted over 500 videos on YouTube up to this point. Now, for me to sit here and tell you guys that I made all 500 plus of those videos off of sheer motivation would be a complete lie. I would be doing you guys a disservice because probably 50 to 60% of those videos were made off of the power of discipline. Discipline is the key to success. Discipline is what separates the good from the great. Anybody can find the motivation to go to the gym for 2 weeks. But what happens when that motivation runs out? This is what separates the people who stick to their goals and the people who don't stick to their goals. Okay, when you have goals, when you have big dreams, you're gonna have to make a decision at some point in your life. You're gonna have to decide if you are willing to put in the work to get to where you wanna go. This is where discipline is going to have to take the place of motivation, because motivation will not always be there. I want you to think of your mind as a corporation. You are the CEO, you are in charge of employment. You decide who works for you. You decide who works for your mind. Motivation is the best worker that you have. It's the best worker by far. Motivation can get things done that you did not know were even possible. The problem is that he only shows up 10% of the time. The thing is, you can't fire motivation. You can't get rid of motivation because he's so good that he makes up for that 90% of the time that he's not there in that 10% of the time that he is there. But for that other 90% of the time, you have to find somebody to replace him. You have to find somebody to put in that work when he's not there. And that's where discipline comes into play. If you decide to employ discipline in your life, discipline will more than cover for the time that motivation is absent. And in times where they're both there working together, that's when you can achieve things that you did not know were possible. That's when you can do things, that's when you can make moves and put in certain levels of work that seemed out of the realm of possibility for you in the past. Because when they come together, discipline and motivation, you become an unstoppable force. Nothing, no adversity can stop you from getting to where you want to go in those moments. But like I said, it's on you to employ discipline. As the CEO of your own mind, you get to make that decision. If you are going to become stone cold discipline, okay, you're going to become cold, like the coldest water. Okay, you're going to become ice cold. You're going to do what needs to be done every single day, regardless of how you feel, regardless of what you think. Like I said, okay, I don't want to film a video today. Me filming this video means that I probably don't get to eat until like 5:30 today. But this is what needs to be done. I want it that bad that I'm willing to make that sacrifice. Now, am I saying that you guys should make that sacrifice? No. Okay, the only reason why I have to make that sacrifice is because I lack discipline. Okay, this morning, when my alarm went off at 10 o'clock, if I had gotten up when my alarm went off, I wouldn't have had to make that decision. I would have been able to eat breakfast and do my emails and do everything that I needed to do and still have time to spare. But when my alarm went off, I turned it off and went back to sleep. And now I have to deal with the repercussions of that. So you have to understand that discipline is one of the highest forms of self-love because you're paying it forward. You're doing something right now that your future self will thank you for. That is the essence of discipline. Me turning off my alarm and going back to sleep put me right now in a compromising position. And that's what happens when you go against your discipline. You find yourself in compromising positions where you have to make very unfortunate decisions, i.e., am I going to film this video or am I going to eat? Okay, I have a lot of things to do today. Today is a very busy day for me, but I'm able to manage these things through discipline. Even though my day didn't start off from a place of discipline, I've been able to, make up for lost time and do the things that needed to be done by making sacrifices, by making compromises. Now, one of the most powerful ways to develop discipline in your life is through the use of a planner. Okay, that is the first thing that you can do to become more disciplined. Me, I use this planner right here. I got it from Target. I'm sure you can find it on Amazon as well. But planning your days out, listing off all of the things that you need to get done that day. For example, today I needed to journal, do my emails, reply to comments, film a video, edit a video, do some reading and work on my book, do physical therapy, and I have a stream with Ice Cold JT. Shout out to Ice Cold JT, shout out to the coldest water. And in addition to that, I also had to do a face mask that I didn't do yesterday because I didn't have that discipline yesterday. See, that's what happens. When you fall off of your discipline, you fall behind and you have to make up for lost time. Some people fall off and they never recover. But me, I don't let that happen because there's too much at stake. Okay, I have big dreams that require me to do the things that are on this list. And I do them. Okay, I do not go to sleep until the work is done. Now, some things take priority over other things. But at the end of the day, I'm going to do the things that are going to get me to where I want to go in life. Simple as that. No excuses, no exceptions. If that means that I don't get to eat as much that day, if that means that I don't get to go out with my friends, if that means I get 3 hours of sleep, it is what it is. Now, all of that can be avoided, okay? You don't have to make those sacrifices if you have discipline in the first place. But at the end of the day, when you're on your path to the vision that you have in your head, you're gonna have to make some sacrifices along the way. There's no way around that. And that's where discipline has to come in. Because those sacrifices, when you're motivated, they make sense. This is what I need to do to get to where I wanna go. But when that motivation wears off, and you start asking those questions in your head, the question of, why am I doing this? Is it worth it? When you start asking yourself those questions, discipline has to be there. Because if it's not, you are going to quit. Now, like I said earlier, starting a planner can be one of the most powerful things that you do for yourself because it essentially guarantees that every single day you are going to put in work, you are going to take action to get closer to your dream life. Every single day, it is planned into your routine. It is ingrained into your day-to-day life to become better and to get closer to your vision. Planners are very, very essential. And it's crazy because in school, I remember they made us use planners and I used to hate it. I used to hate it so much, but now I don't see how I could be where I am without one. This has been an absolute game changer for me. Just having that structure in your day. Even though my days don't all look the same, I have this right here. This is my structure. This is what forces me to keep moving forward. Now, for some people, a planner might not be enough. Maybe your discipline isn't high enough to, actually follow through with the things that you have to do that day. And that is where time blocking comes in. Time blocking is taking that planner to the next level. Time blocking is essentially telling yourself that from this time to this time, I'm going to be doing this activity. No excuses, no exceptions. So for example, from 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock a.m., you're going to journal and meditate. From 11 o'clock to noon, you're going to do your emails. From noon to 1 o'clock, you're going to go to the gym. From 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock, you're going to reply to comments. Okay, this is the type of structure that can change your life. When you learn to time block and stick to it, okay, like I said, no excuses, no exceptions. I don't care if you're halfway through one of my videos. When it comes time to put in work, you need to go and do that. Don't watch my videos. Don't prioritize my videos over the things that you need to do in your life. That's hustling backwards. You need to take action. You need to go and do the things that need to be done. Now, I know this all might sound a little bit extreme to some of you guys, especially if you don't have that foundation of discipline. See, me, I was always of the mindset of business before pleasure. That's just the way I was raised, and I've always had that mindset. Because for me, I find it difficult to enjoy my free time or pleasure if I know that there's still work to be done. Okay, it messes with me. It throws me off of my game psychologically. For example, growing up when I was in school, as soon as I would get home every day, I would do my homework immediately. No video games, no going outside with my friends. Now, this was not a rule that my parents set for me. This was a rule that I created for myself because I knew that in order to have peace of mind when going out with my friends or playing video games or just doing whatever I wanted to do, watching YouTube videos or going on social media, I needed to get my work done first. Because if I didn't do that, I wouldn't be able to thoroughly enjoy the activity that I was partaking in instead of doing what I needed to be doing at that time. So you need to learn to establish that foundational discipline, but also understand that that doesn't come all at once. That comes from developing one habit at a time. Okay, so for example, maybe you start going to the gym. Your whole life is falling apart around you, but you'll have that structure right there. You'll be going to the gym every single morning at the same time every day. And like I said, you may be falling off everywhere else, but you have that. And through that, you're not only working out your body, you're working out your mind. You're working on that discipline. And from there, you use the momentum from that discipline to start eating healthy. Okay, now you have two habits that you're working towards, two habits that exemplify your greatness. And you're becoming better each and every day because that's what discipline is all about. It's about becoming better, improving every day. It's built into your life. And then from there, maybe you start meditating every day. Okay, and these habits build onto each other. This is why I'm able to do the things that I do every day. You know, taking cold showers every day, staying off of social media, being on NoFap. The reason why I'm able to implement these things so easily and so effortlessly is because I have that foundation of discipline. Me doing NoFap is not the foundation of my discipline. For you, it might be. It might be that first thing that you're doing, but for me, it's not. I was already disciplined before I started NoFap, but NoFap added to it. So you need to find that foundational discipline that you can build on. It has to be something that you can stick to. Like I said, one habit at a time. Do not overexert yourself. Do not try to transform your life overnight because that's not how it works. That's not sustainable. You need to focus on building small habits, focus on, greatness in the small areas. That's the difference between good and great, is those small areas, the subtle areas, the details. That's where greatness is made. Greatness is not something to be strived for. Greatness is a mindset to be adopted in the here and now. You don't strive to become your best self. You become your best self right now, and from that place of being your best self, you simply become better every day because that's what you do. That's who you are. That is the foundation of your character. Now, also understand this, okay? For as much as I talk about discipline, you need to have a healthy mindset when it comes to discipline. If you lack balance, if your life is solely based on discipline, you will never get to enjoy the fruits of your labor. And that's something that I'm learning right now, is that if I don't give myself the space to enjoy what I'm working for as I work for it, there's no point because I'm always going to want to elevate. I'm always going to want more. I'm always going to level up. So you need to learn to find that balance between business and pleasure and understand that, dedicating your life to whatever it is that you're working towards is good, but at the same time, you could die tomorrow. And if you die tomorrow, what will you have to show for it? Yes, you'll have that progress, but let's say you die before you get a chance to hit that goal. What was the point if you didn't give yourself a chance to experience the moment? The moment is all we truly have. Okay, and I know that this sounds completely antithetical to everything that I've said in this video, but like I said, it comes down to balance. For example, try setting up rewards for yourself. So let's say for every 6 days that you go to the gym, the 7th day, you get an off day where you get to just sit back and play video games. Or let's say for every 6 days of eating healthy, you have a cheat day or a cheat meal. Set up rewards for yourself along the way. This is something that I'm trying to become better at. Okay, I'm not perfect. I lack that balance within me. But I do know one thing. I'd much rather be too disciplined than not disciplined enough.